Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video on a general mobility routine that you can repeat daily or while you're on travel or really anytime you feel like you need to add in overall mobility, stability, and flexibility. So this is just designed as a general plan, not specific rehab or areas that we might need extra focus on. I'm only going to do a few of each of these movements, but clearly when you do them, you can do as many as you feel are necessary because this is about how good things feel for you. So we're going to start off with a few cat and cows for spinal mobilization. After you do a few here, we're going to stabilize things and go into a bird dog hold. So you're really going to just try to feel solid and balanced. So you want to go all the way long from this end of the room to this end of the room. We don't want to create a bow through your torso. So keep your abs a little tight. We're going to really do our reaches. So I usually do a few of these, somewhere in the range of 5 per side, just trying to feel good. Then we're going to mobilize your thoracic spine with open books. So you can slide this across, or you can do this as an open and close. But really trying to keep your hips stacked up and down right here and your upper back really trying to aim for getting as flat as possible. So obviously that's both sides. After that, it's the standard down dog and up dog, and you can really spend a good amount of time in these two movements. So in this down dog position, I'm actively pushing some strength into the floor here, trying to raise my tailbone up to the ceiling, trying to drive my heels to the ground. Maybe I march a little bit, maybe I pulse a little bit, and then the opposite of that, adjusting as needed, will come into the up dog, actively pushing my hips into the floor. So again, I'm trying to create as much bend as I can. So I'm really trying to find space in both of those movements. The next one is a tabletop. Now, this is more for kind of strength and shoulder and scapular stability. All right, build some resiliency there. Don't do any of these movements if they hurt. So it starts off with a tabletop right here, slowly beginning to try to push this and opening up through your chest. Now adding the rotation, now I'm going to stack my upper body over top of this one side, and I get my that shoulder blade to really have to work a little. I can reach over here and begin to elongate right up through there, and then of course we can just switch sides. So I'm actively pushing my hips open and doing that stack. I don't want to talk away from the camera, but we're going to do both sides again, a few reps per side. After that, we'll come on up and do a little bit of shake loose. So I like to just do easy boxer shuffles. This can get more aggressive and do full-blown hops as you feel like you are ready and able. And that can go for a full minute. You know, really trying to open things up, okay? Adding in rotations after that is a good way to kind of keep things pretty functional. I like to do this, again, we're pulling from a fast and loose series where your body can just begin to move. So I'm really gonna take, with a little bit of controlled momentum, to get my upper back and my hips to move together, okay? The wide stance stretch followed by the hip car, you sort of going to do just again as you feel like you're able to. So on the wide stance stretch, you're just taking a moment to do whatever kind of feels good. I like to just do these big circles, and this is going to play in to the hip car when we start to do this unilaterally. So I'm pushing forward, trying to feel a stretch through the front of my body. Then maybe I switch directions, really trying to hit everything kind of in there. The hip car, maybe you have to balance on something, you're going to internally rotate your hip, taking it into flexion like this. And then we externally rotate like I'm trying to step over a hurdle. It's okay that I get a little bit of lean coming back and around. Okay, so I might again do a few reps here. So it's okay if I balance on something, internal, big hip flexion, external, big open around like I'm going over that hurdle. Okay, a few reps there. I like to go ahead and add this into a side lunge. So we're building a little bit of strength as we do this now. So this, with a little bit of hip stability and mobility, really works well. Now we oftentimes will do this on the TRX or some other version of counterbalance, but we're starting to introduce a good bit of ankle mobility. Okay, now that's probably the closest thing, along with a tabletop, that feels strengthy. But again, we're looking for some stability and resiliency through this pattern. Okay, we'll go back to a little bit of balancing with a single leg floor touch or a single leg reach. Then we'll finish off with a big forward hold hang. So on your single leg reach, you're going to reach with the same side. So it's a little different than a bird dog, and actively reach, come back up. It's okay if I get lower, meaning my hips are higher than my shoulders. I call this upside down. It's okay if that happens. What we're really after is deep hip flexion right here, trying to stay a little long as I go through that. So I'm going to show you here to the side. So big, big, big reach as I get into this stability position. It's kind of nice to do right after the side lunge as well. And then last is this big forward fold. So I like this wide stance position. We're not going to do the kind of the yoga thing. Again, I can kind of rock into my hips a little bit, and I can really begin to allow my back to bend. Okay, coming out of this, you might want to walk out of it nice and easy, come to kind of a gorilla position, and come up nice and easy. After that, it's a little shake loose, it's a walk around. The whole thing might take somewhere in that sort of 7 to 10 minute range, depending on how many you do and how much time you spent. Okay, try this out. Let me know if you have any questions.